welcome back to Napoleon Total War 3. Last time around we defeated the Italian state up in the mountains, I believe. There were quite a few rebels that we took care of. And now we're back, hoping to go on the offensive. The town is being held currently by Karl Philipp von Schwarzenberg, which I'm not entirely sure if I showed you that, but I moved him down through here, and we also took some troops from here, if I recall correctly, and we moved them down here. So now we have enough troops to hold Milan, and we have an army that's free and ready to move on Torino. At the same time, we've got the main marshal over here ready to attack Strasbourg. However, the enemy does not really consider this affront towards Baden-Württemberg because, well, even though they're my vassal or protectorate, the French are not actually at war with them. So it has basically become a blocking clause, or a blocking block, a blocking block. So the French has to go around it, and so they're going through Switzerland, and I do believe I've spotted Napoleon moving through here. We've got another army over here, and once again, we keep going to war with the Swiss, and then suing for peace with them, being at war with them, suing for peace with them, and the only thing I'm really doing is just sort of stealing, or not really stealing, but getting stuff from the Russians, which is just as well, because the Russians have been diddling about in this region and not actually gone ahead and helped us. So for this army, I'm not entirely sure. We're not going to do it in this video though, but rather than move forward to attack this, I might have to double back and then go back to Bavaria and then move through here to try and stop that. What I could do is I could actually smash the Swiss. What I could do is I can move down through here, smash the Swiss, smash the Swiss, and make them a vassal as well, with another clause in my blocking, in building a wall here, because France is definitely not sending its best people. So we're gonna build a wall along there, basically. So the front against the French will only be through here, which will probably be quite nice to contend them of moving through one region. Hopefully, also, we'll get the Prussians to join in, can attack Hanover, and open up another front against France and its allies. What else has happened? I'm not entirely sure I remember what happened last time, but I allied with a few nations. So we're allied with the Hessians. Sweden we already was allied. We're allied with the Pope. We've allied with... I was trying to ally with someone else. I can see here I can actually trade with Mecklenburg and Sardinia. Sardinia is closer, so that's probably what we'll try to do. And they agreed. Very nice. So we got some extra trade. And yes, that's about it. Oh yeah, I managed to research the technology of Army Corps organization. So upkeep has been reduced. Now we're going for the logistics one, which will increase replenishment and army movement range, which will be good. I've yet to repair the college here in Florence, just because, well, they will just turn the Italians even more unhappy than they already are. And I don't need any more troubles here in Italy. With that said, I hope I've kind of explained the situation, how it looks right now. And with that, we're gonna take this army, march it straight to Torino, and defeat the French, hopefully, and take the city from them. And in that way, control most of all of Italy. No, not really, because we're not the islands. Or not at all, really, but us and our allies will be controlling Italy. and it's one of the regions I have to take if I want to win the campaign. So without further ado, let's attack. Let's march into Piedmont, Liguria, and defeat the French. Push them out of Italian lands. So they actually outnumber me, but a lot of their forces is just a lot of armed citizenry, militia. So that this should go pretty well. They've got some nasty cuirassiers, and then some light infantry that could be dangerous. But I have my veteran forces and my Croatians and so forth. I have a very spread out army, because we've got the Croatians, so the Sancti Georgia, I believe, is Croatian, yes, and we've got this guy, which is, and then we've got our Hungarian Grenadiers, and then we've got our German troops, and we've got a lot of different types of troops in this army. With that said, however, let's go ahead and attack the French, shall we? Liberate this town. And so here we are on the field of battle. It's a rather flat map. It's kind of almost an extremely flat map. So under the ground there. Yeah. The enemy is holding a square position there. I'm actually able to deploy in the flank here, but I don't want to split my force against the French, just in case. We saw what happened when I did that in an earlier battle, where I outnumbered the enemy, I split my force, and I almost lost that battle, if you remember. This one, we're not going to do that. So let's go ahead and start. Gonna start here by moving my artillery forward. I don't think they actually reach at the current range. And let's start moving. So line infantry all throughout here, with the light infantry on my left flank, and we've got the Hungarian Grenadiers in the center. To aid, we got the smaller Hussar group on the left, and the larger one on the right. So let's hope that this will go our way. The enemy does outnumber us, but a lot of their troops are militia units. So I think we'll be able to destroy them quite easily. Especially since the French have gone ahead and deployed in a way so they're not actually facing us. They're facing away from us, which I'm not entirely sure why they're doing that. Could be a thing to, I don't know. They don't fear us to the point where they're actually gonna show us their asses. So I had someone commenting on the fact that I'm not entirely sure what troop it was, but there was a troop, probably a normal French line infantry, and he didn't think it was very accurate, the fact that they had it probably wasn't these guys, it was some other militia unit or something, that they have the striped pants, so you can see that these guys, they're not as uniformed as, say, our troops, where you can see everyone here has white pants, everyone has the same coat and so forth. And that is just a... oh shit. My hussars is going a bit too far forward. This is just a remnant of the revolution. Also, the French sort of were able to get that sort of new system of mass recruitment, so it was hard to get uniforms for everyone. So you can see they've actually got their sort of civilian waistcoats on, and there's a big mismatch of uniforms here. Also, it probably would be better since it's and yeah, you can kind of see here as well on his uniform here, the coat is all broken up, so kind of this revolutionary style uniform on them. then some of the better troops, like the light troops here, we can see that they are more uniformed than sort of the normal line infantry. So the elite troops have it a little bit better. The cannons are still not within range. Actually, my howitzer is, but the 6-pounder is not. Well, we'll tell the... we've got the enemy charging here. Enemy cuirassiers marching. I'm hoping they're not going for my hussars, so the hussars is going to draw back behind the line. I'm going to hold the fire with the line infantry. Actually, we're going to form square with this one. So the Croatians are going to form square in anticipation of an enemy charge. And we're going to hold our fire until they're as close as they can be. They're unable to break the square, and we open fire. Okay, we've got shit. The other cavalry unit is coming forwards as well. I'm gonna make sure just these two run in front of the howitzer to save it. And then hold. And then the whole line is gonna come to a halt here. And I don't think the French cuirassiers are gonna be able to break us here, and we inflict quite a bit of damage on the enemy, which is nice. God damn it. So both my cannons lost their trains, the cannon trains, so we can't actually get them away from there. They're actually, this unit is actually holding, or it's actually being able to fight the square. So the other Croatian unit is going to move in and start shooting these guys. The hussars closing in to be able to chase the enemy off. Oh, the grenadiers kept marching. Right, I want you guys to start loading canister, and then we need to continue the advance. Is this... yeah, the square is tired at this point. They're exhausted due to the fighting, or I guess just staying in square. So the enemy cavalry could... oh, there we go, another nice bug from Napoleon bug. Go ahead and open fire then, Croatians. And shoot down the horse guards. And send those guys off. I need my light troops. Okay, I have put you on shooting canister, so if you please start shooting canister on the enemy. So at this point I kinda need more troops on my right. We're gonna get the hussars to come back here a bit. So I'm gonna send the grenadiers over, and they're gonna go ahead and join there on the right side. We're also gonna get these guys to come out to the right. We got a bit of forest here, which I can hold this unit, and the enemy was defeated over here. So the two light units can now move up and join this troop in the forest. The enemy cavalry has now been defeated on the left, and we only have to worry about the enemy on the right side here, moving up rather quickly. Keep blasting these guys with canister, and hopefully we'll see them rout. This unit for some reason is not very happy. I'm gonna get the general up here to support. We're gonna have a problem here in the forest because I'm only gonna have 3 units. I guess a hell of a lot of... it is armed citizenry though, but there's gonna be a hell of a lot of them. They did have a chance to outflank me here, but it looks like they're not going to. And the Hussars will turn around to face the Cuirassiers, and yeah, quite quickly we were able to overwhelm them. The thing that I'm worried about is the French light foot, which is probably going to inflict quite a bit of damage on us. Concerned, casualties sustained during the battle. Why is the howitzer keep firing over there? Or like it's exploding way off mark? I think I can trust the Croatians with holding this for quite a while. The enemy is exploiting a hole in my line, and I'm sent too many troops off to the flank. We're gonna have to retreat from this region, so I'm gonna get quickly the cavalry to come in and try to hold or help in covering the retreat of my troops. But then we're gonna drop the squares and in column retreat back as soon as possible. And now these guys are firing into the flank of this unit, so that one's gonna have to pull back as well. The canister seems to be working here finally, and this unit is retreating, and we're blasting into this one. And we seem to be holding quite well, but this infantry unit right here is taking heavy beating from this light infantry unit. So it's gonna be replaced, or not really replaced. Hopefully they'll hold in long enough for the Alvinsis to join in. The Grenadiers are gonna prepare to deal with the other light foot that's coming over there. And time to form line and prepare to defend against these armed citizenry. Probably not going to work that well to charge them head on, but I want to give these guys some time to actually form up. And the AI is stupid enough to move the militia unit just before my charge, which breaks them. Very nice. We're gonna have the troop move to the side here. The large Hussar unit's gonna move, try to sweep through here. Trying to continue through there. And I want all artillery to concentrate fire on that square. Right, the Grenadiers are coming into a fight here with the Lightfoot. The Alvinsis are fighting the Lightfoot over here. The Lightfoot is absolutely slaughtering my men over on that flank, so we need the general over there. Time to get these guys into line. I've got my cavalry. I'm gonna pull it back because, well, they're about to break. I want to use them though to try and attack the light infantry. They're tired at this point. We have an opening right through the center of the enemy forces, and I'm gonna try to exploit this with my cavalry moving straight through. I want canister, actually not, round shot, and then we're gonna start wheeling this part and try to make it so that we will wedge. The enemy has sort of, I guess, without knowing it, split their forces in two, which obviously is not that nice. If you could fire over here, that would be nice. Okay, they have trouble actually responding to my orders. The Question is if we'll be able to hold long enough over here, because we're losing tons of men. So I want the hussars to come around. The hussars basically gonna kind of have to sacrifice themselves, charge in, stop these guys from continuously shooting us to pieces, and then we're gonna bayonet charge the enemy. Over on this side it's going kind of okay. The Croatians have lost a lot of men. Hussars, it's time. The enemy is showing its flank. It's only armed citizenry. We should be able to break them. These guys are actually about to kind of break, but I can't move the general from over here because these guys are about to break. It's not happening fast enough over here. So we're gonna have to retreat.
Our men are running, sir.
And as soon as I tell them to retreat, they completely fall apart. Oh, there's a massive amount of French troops coming here. I want canister now down that road. Once again, the French has kind of split themselves in two, and we'll be able to turn in on them. My hussars. Maybe the enemy will overextend itself. The hussars need to go for the light infantry. The enemy is going straight towards my cannons. You know what? Quick bayonet charge here might throw them into disarray. And it was actually the canister who threw them into disarray. And just bayonets through all of this. My hussar unit has it lost quite a few men, but we've gone through more or less all of the enemy troops over here. Hopefully the enemy will break over here. I am chasing the bastards down. You know what? It's probably best to actually stop and fire, because both these guys are about to break. We still have the cannon ready to blast our enemies. We're holding pretty well over here. Let's see if we can charge that unit. The general has arrived, ready to bolster the Hungarian reserve. Okay, the enemy is all but defeated over here, so we're gonna turn these guys around, go back into the fight. The hussars chasing the general. Chase down this unit, make sure that that does not come back.
Our men are running, sir.
The hussars are giving the line infantry a bit of help here by attacking the light infantry in their back, but it's not going to go too well. The hussars need to pull off. At least we gave them a little bit of aid there. Oh shit, the general is now in danger, as both these units have been defeated, and it's only really the cannon who is... Oh shit, now my hussars broke over there. I should have finished off the enemy general unit. The general can still hopefully rally these two, and hopefully the cannon will be able to blast these guys before they come into melee range. The enemy is charging the center here. It's not going too well for them. And come on, no! They managed to reach my cannons before
men are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
I was able to stop them. The Hungarian grenadiers are about to retreat as well, so it's not going too well there. My hussars, the big hussar unit is down to only 24 hussars. This battle is not going in my way right now. The German infantry is back. So the enemy is now actually shooting us from 2 directions. Do I dare put this one into a bayonet charge over there? I want to turn these guys though towards these. Oh, there's so much retreating over here. You know what? We're gonna have to try to get out of there. The enemy is about to strike us in the back. We're gonna have the Croatian units forming lines, protecting each other. This went a lot worse than I thought it would. I'm not entirely sure we will be able to hold the city after we've taken it, given the casualties we've sustained here. Let's move up, get into musket range, start punishing that unit. Let's try to organize something. The French are coming back in force. On all sides, really. The cavalry is hiding in our blind spot. They could charge. Hold and open fire. We'll have the smaller unit join in. But it'll have to be kept close to the general so it doesn't retreat. The howitzer will now hold fire, switch to canister. And then the units will form to line. These guys will come in from the flank with the hussars, ready to smash the enemy. We're attacked from 2 sides over here, but hopefully we'll be able to put down enough pressure on this guy for him to break and then sweep across towards the enemy. So here, these 2 units plus the hussars could very well be enough to break the enemy over here. And now these guys should be loading canister, firing straight forwards towards the attacking enemy, and that should hopefully break them. So as we can see here, the enemy... Oh shit. A light infantry unit would be able to completely break us there if it started shooting. So we'll charge and send them off. And it looks like the French center is about to break completely. Where do I have these cannons? Where are your cannons? Oh shit, where do you come from? Shooting my general in the back. Shoot at my artillery crew instead. Let's see if we can route up this side. Oh, the enemy forms square against cannons firing canister at this close range. The hussars ready to charge in. Someone has been overtaken by spam. And looks like this side is about to break. If I can push through. Let's actually push over here. Push over there. They're all breaking. Maybe you can even move forwards. I want the canister now focusing over there. Okay, everyone more or less is breaking on here, so we'll have the hussars hopefully keep them running. Yes, there we go, they're all gone. So the Alvinsis will go towards there. These guys will go over there. Try to keep those guys off us. Then these two will now move towards the enemy. And hold your fire. Fire explosive shots towards these guys. And let's see if we can finally bloody well break these. And send them off. And to win the battle. We get close enough here. Should be able to get quite a bit of fire down upon the enemy, and then we'll turn these guys around to start firing on the armed citizenry. Few well planted. Ah, okay, so I guess the minimum range is over there, so it can't really get any better than that. Well, then hold your fire. Ah shit, these guys are back. No, fire on them. It would be nice if we actually shot the commanding officer at this point. Would probably stop them from coming back. So these guys are routing. We're about to surround this unit. The problem is, ah shit, this guy is not in a good position. We got Lightfoot, 2 Lightfoot actually, coming back. But we need to keep the pressure up on these guys. Howitzers, target the enemy over here.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
Where did these... Oh, there are the cannons. Right, get back on your cannons. Why haven't we been able to break these yet? Seemingly they're firing towards this unit. They can't focus on all of us. So we'll have some firing while others advance. And soon enough they'll break. Hold. Fire on the enemy. Then you will come to this side. While you will hold here. And you guys will fire over there. You will turn up on the flank. And everything will be hunky-dory. The enemy is not firing back to these guys. So we can close in even further. And hopefully send these guys off once and for all. The super tired hussars. Keeping all these French guys at bay. I guess it's time for you to turn towards these bastards. I guess it scares them a little bit, having some rather big explosions going off around them. These cannons hold fire. Right, now these are broken. You are the closest one, you will follow. The rest will turn over here. That guy out there is gonna need aid. So we're gonna move these guys forwards. These guys. And these guys. Okay, so the howitzer's minimum range stops us really from being useful anymore in this battle. I probably need so little to break these guys. Let's see if we can march in on the side. I don't want any more troops to turn back and fight us. I thought this was a pretty given deal in favor of me, but clearly it wasn't. So, and I mean, this is just a small garrison in a front which the French aren't really focusing a lot of troops. I can only imagine what will happen once we actually meet proper French line infantry or proper full stack. Because this was quite the massacre on both sides. Open fire. Once this one's breaks, I'm pretty sure this one will go as well. There we go. That should be... Oh, god damn it. Really? As soon as I break one, another one turns up. Right, you will chase. Oh, it's actually kind of on the range of it. Hussars, why don't you go over here? Okay, so it's when this one goes, then the battle is over. '36th infantry of the line. They're probably quite soon gonna realize they're outnumbered, and there we go. That should be it. And if we look on the map here, there we have it. Victory. Holy shit. This went a lot worse than I thought it would. Anyways, let's go ahead and see if the statistics is just as bad as I think they are. Oh yeah, it definitely was just as bad as I thought it was. We lost over half the army with only 1,200 men remaining out of 2,600. However, of course, we were able to kill off all the enemies. I was able to kill... It does... well, it sort of doesn't actually show how many... I wish it actually told me how many I killed, because this one tells me I killed most everyone, and that clearly did not happen. So I would like it to have shown the exact troops that I actually killed. So it goes down mostly to the Hussars, killing a lot of enemy troops. But then there is the Graf Krinskis, Deutsche Infanterie, and then the Croatian. But yeah. Oh, even apparently the Archduke Charles managed to get 75. The howitzer got 135. The 3-pounder artillery got almost 200, which is pretty good. But damn, that was... Question is, the thing is, will I be able to hold it? Will it count as being... You know, I could liberate the region, and that will stop Napoleon from marching through this region. Or will I take it for myself? I can actually hold it. But I do really like to liberate regions. But I think if I liberate too many regions, it basically be like cheating a bit. Because I don't think if I made vassals of the Swiss, Württemberg and Torino, Napoleon wouldn't be able to go through there, or I don't think the heir would be clever enough to declare war on me to be able to go through. So I guess it's kind of cheating that way. So we're gonna go ahead and peacefully occupy the region. And I am able to hold it. And we're making a little bit of income here. It doesn't cost anything to repair the region. It's gonna be I'm really gonna need to resupply these guys though. So I'm not entirely sure how... I mean, the best thing would have actually been to liberate it as its own region, because no one would... the French wouldn't attack it, and I could send this army back to get reinforcements. At this rate, it's not gonna go too well. Given that the battle drew out for quite some time, I don't think I'm gonna show you the end turn. And then for next video, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have done the end turn, and we'll see where I want to move my main army, and really where... I mean, my forces down here are spent, so we're not gonna be able to make any more campaigns, or at least throughout the winter, being early January now. So we'll have to wait to spring before we can do something. I can hold up here. We've got a bit of a resupply rate. I don't know how many turns it will take though to resupply them. I imagine it's going to take quite a while to get these guys up to speed again. With this said, however, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye!